So AI governance in European Union. So basically, the European Union released the GDPR, that is General Data Protection Regulation, in 2016. Then in 2017, this is the timeline. It basically there was a Parliament resolution on civil law rules for robotics, and then we see in 2018 GDPR enforced and EU high-level expert group on AI established. Then in 2019, HLEG publishes the ethics guidelines for trustworthy AI. Moving on, in 2020, European Commission releases the white paper on AI. In 2021, EU AI Act proposal was officially published, and 2023 political agreement was reached on the European Union AI Act. And in 2024, the AI Act was formally adopted. Now, AI changing meaning of the data and the Data Protection Act. So let's have a look at the Data Protection Act. So this is basically the Data Protection Act. So some key facts regarding this, we can skip that. So this is the material scope. The GDPR applies to the processing of personal data. Personal data is defined as any information relating to an identified or identifiable natural person and includes data such as an IP address, an email address, or a telephone number. Processing activities include, among others, the collection, use, and disclosure of the data. Right. So now fundamental principles relating to the processing. According to the GDPR, personal data must be processed in accordance with the principles of lawfulness, fairness, and transparency. So lawfulness, fairness, and transparency. In addition, such data must be collected for specified, explicit, and legitimate purposes and not further processed in an incompatible manner to those purposes. Principle of purpose limitation. A data controller or a data processor must also make sure to respect the principle of data minimization, meaning that personal data shall be adequate, relevant, and limited to what is necessary in relation to the purposes for which they are being processed. Right? So we have lawfulness of processing, and these are all the terms for which it would be the personal data processing would be lawful. For example, consent should be there, the performance of a contract, compliance with legal obligations, protect the vital interests of the person of the data, performance of a task carried out in the public interest. Right. So these are all the main points. Now, first we have definition of AI. So AI is basically AI systems are software and also possibly hardware systems designed by humans that, given a complex goal, act in the physical or digital dimension by perceiving their environment through data acquisition, interpreting the collected structure or unstructured data, reasoning on the knowledge or processing the information derived from this data, and deciding the best action to take to achieve the given goal. Now, AI and robotics. So, AI in action in the physical world. Embodied AI. It's a robot. Is basically a physical machine that has to cope with the dynamics, uncertainties, and the complexities of the physical world. Perception, reasoning, action, learning, as well as interaction capabilities with other systems are usually integrated in the control architecture of the robotic systems. Then AI algorithms may involve different kinds of epistemic or practical reasoning as well as different ways of learning. And now talking about AI and big data. So huge volume, high velocity, and great variety. So most often they are collected by machines which capture information from the physical world. For example, street cameras, sensors collecting climate information, devices for medical testing, etc., or from computer mediated activities like systems recording transactions or tracking online behavior. Now moving on. So an artificial intelligence system basically is a software that is designed by humans that, given a complex goal, act in the physical or digital dimension by perceiving their environment through data acquisition, interpreting the collected structured or unstructured data, reasoning on the knowledge, or processing the information derived from this data, and deciding the best action to take to achieve the given goal. The key question is what should take precedence, competitiveness and ethics? So, global landscapes of AI. United States. As a leader in technological innovation, the United States boasts a thriving AI ecosystem driven by both public and private sectors. Major tech hubs like Silicon Valley, Seattle, and Boston serve as epicenters for AI research and development. Companies like Google, Amazon, and Microsoft invest heavily in AI, driving breakthroughs in machine learning, natural language processing (NLP), and computer vision (CV). The US government also recognized the strategic importance of AI, with initiatives like National AI Research Resource Task Force aiming to accelerate AI research and development. Then we have China. So it has emerged as a formidable contender in the global AI race, propelled by significant investments from both the government and also tech giants like Alibaba, Tencent, and Baidu. The Chinese government's ambitious plans, outlined in initiatives like the New Generation Artificial Intelligence Development Plan (AIDP), aim to make China the world leader in innovation of AI by 2030. With access to vast amounts of data and a growing pool of AI talent, Chinese companies are making rapid advancements in areas like facial recognition, autonomous vehicles, and smart cities. Finally, covering European Union, it has taken a proactive approach to AI governance, balancing innovation with protection of fundamental rights and values of people, of the citizens. Initiatives like European Union's ethics guidelines for trustworthy AI emphasize principles like transparency, accountability, and fairness in AI systems. So the European Union has proposed regulatory frameworks like the Artificial Intelligence Act, which seeks to establish clear rules for AI development, deployment, and market access across member states. And for India, it is emerging as a significant player in the global AI landscape, fueled by a burgeoning tech industry, a vast pool of skilled professionals, and government support for digital initiatives. With initiatives like National Strategy for AI, aiming to position India as a global AI leader, the country is witnessing rapid growth in AI research, startups, and adoption across various sectors.